What's up guys, welcome to G Whiskey. My name's Jeff. Now this is a channel where I offer my thoughts and opinions on a specific whiskey, and if you stick around to the end, I'll be giving it a score as well. That sounds interesting, hit subscribe down below. And with that out of the way, why don't we jump into our review. Today we're looking at the Talisker Distillers Edition. Stick around. So we're heading over to the Isle of Skye today. We have a Talisker with us. Talisker, sometimes it feels like it's everyone's favorite distillery, and there's good reason for that. I like them myself. I think they have a great house style. I think the 10 is an absolute classic. But yeah, I do think they're probably one of the most beloved brands within the whiskey community. And I think part of the reason for that is that it's got such a unique profile, peat, mineral, rocks, pepper, that kind of thing. Up until a few years back, this was actually the only distillery in operation on the Isle of Skye. But as many of you whiskey lovers out there know, another brand called Bag from the Isle of Skye recently put out their inaugural release. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that one. We're here to talk about our DE today. DEs, or Distillers Editions, for those of you who don't know, are going to be wine finished, typically sherry finished whiskeys from Diageo. They put them out every year as kind of like a limited edition. I've tried all of them, not every annual release, but I've tried at least one from every distillery, and I have to say, generally speaking, they're all pretty decent. Now, the Talisker that we've got with us today is going to be the standard 10-year-old with a special barrel finish. Now, each of these DEs, they get their own unique style of finish. In the case of our Talisker here, it's an Amoroso sherry finish. The bottle I've got with me now is the 2015 release, so a bit of an older one here, but I've tried a few of the other ones, maybe 2016, 2018, maybe one or two others, and I have to say they're all pretty consistent. Now, I know there's going to be some of you out there who like to buy every annual release and kind of dissect the minute little differences between each one, and that's fair. If that makes you happy, cool. As far as I'm concerned, the flavors in these things are usually pretty standardized, so not something I really bother with myself. So yeah, with that said, why don't we hop into a review of this one, see what it's all about, and in the meantime, if you can kindly leave a like down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. So Talisker kind of throws a spanner in the works of my little graph up there. Our ABV always comes in at 45.8%, which is basically 46%. And you know what? It never tastes weak or watery. It's always got nice full flavors, so we'll give it a pass. We'll give it a check. As far as chill filtration, this is going to be a chill filtered whiskey, and it's also colored. So we have 1 out of 3 up there, and even then, barely. So we can't make out the color of our whiskey here because our bottle is tinted, but that doesn't matter. A, because the whiskey itself is colored, and B, because there's nothing left. I just killed the bottle for this dram. With regards to how the bottle looks, I do like the presentation here. I think it's got kind of like a formal, classy look to it. I like the colors, so my score for presentation is going to be 4 out of 5. Now, of course, they're not going to mention color or chill filtration. I do like that they give us the year that it was distilled, the year that it was bottled, and unlike some other DEs, they actually mention the cask that they used for the second maturation right here on the label, which I do appreciate. Beyond that, we've got a little crest here, some gold signatures, our kind of like craft looking label, so a bit of pomp on this one, but I like it. All right, let's try our nose here. So right away, you're getting Talisker, sort of that minerally gentle peat. Some dark chocolate, some orange liqueur in this. Not caramel, more like butterscotch. Earth, some seaweed, some pepper, maybe some polished leather. This is a very inviting nose. All right, let's try our palate. Creamy arrival, salt and pepper. We're getting peat, mineral, limes, and sea air, so some of those classic Talisker notes. Beyond that, you have some extra layers here, so there's like orange chocolate, fresh plums, chili, vanilla, caramel, and some resin. Now for the finish. Seamless move into the finish here. We're getting a little bit more smokier, some more red fruits are coming in. Cherries, cherry pipe tobacco, berries, some pepper, maybe some leather in here. Lingering on vanilla, ash, and plum. So we've got another solid DE from Diageo here. I think this is a great one for Talisker fans. It's basically what you want it to be. You have those classic Talisker notes, but then you have an extra layer of sherry worked in on top. I gotta say, I really do enjoy the sherry in this. Now, I don't really know that much about Amoroso sherry finishes. They have a few more obscure finishes like, I don't know, Montilla, Amoroso, Muscatel, those kinds of finishes. Now, I know the classic wine finishes, you know, Oloroso, PX, Port, Fino, those are the ones we're all familiar with. Now, I have had other whiskeys with an Amoroso finish, but not enough to really distinguish the specific character of Amoroso sherry. So when they give us DEs with like these more obscure types of sherry, I'm always just like, yeah, okay. But it works. That Amoroso finish works. It gives it a nice light syrupy quality. Now, when I say syrupy, I don't mean cloying. More like it's thick, it's full, it's rich. Yes, there is plenty of sweetness in here, but it comes on in a very measured way. Not only that, it seems to be a particularly creamy kind of sherry, which is something I always enjoy. And of course, Talisker, always such a beautiful, distinctive, unique spirit. I do enjoy it in here, and it works with that finish. Now, I understand why for most of their core range, they don't want to add too many finishes, just let the spirit speak for itself, but it works so well in this case. I honestly kind of want to try more finished Taliskers. Now, I know they do have that port finish, port re out there, but personally speaking, that one's not a favorite. I want to try age-stated, quality sherry finish stuff like what we've got here. So yeah, genuinely delicious. I like this whiskey a lot. You guys know me, I love my sherry. My score for this one is going to be 87. Not only that, very high for reachability. I could make a session out of this bottle alone. Now, there's nothing challenging or difficult here. This is a very accessible whiskey. Of course, you do need to be okay with peat. As I said, I do enjoy the sherry flavors in here. They never overwhelm the Talisker spirit. Instead, they're just a nice complement to it. So yeah, good balance, good complexity, some decent sophistication here. Now, of course, it's not going to be the best whiskey, but technically speaking, it is pretty flawless. Personally speaking, I just vibe with these flavors. I like Talisker. It's going to be one of my favorites from their core range. I mean, are DE's core range? I guess kind of, right? Anyway, yeah, it's one of my favorite finished Taliskers on the market as well. Really solid stuff, loads of fun. Now, when it comes to value, I think we've got some pretty good value here. They didn't go overboard with the prices. I think this is one of the more affordable DEs out there, which is nice. Now, if you're looking for a finished Talisker, the ones that pop to mind would be this and that Port Re. Now, where I live, this is going to be more expensive than the Port Re, which is as it should be. I checked places like Master of Malt, and on there, this and the Port Re are about the same price, which I think is absolutely bonkers. This is definitely a better option. So yeah, this stuff is reasonably priced and it's delicious. Not only that, it's one of the more affordable DEs. Now, it's not going to be my favorite DE, but I do think it is one of the stronger ones. So on the whole, this is an easy one to recommend. Absolutely check it out. Alright, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit subscribe down below, click that little bell icon, and of course, smash the like. Now, I do want to hear from you. Have you tried the Talisker DE? What year did you try? Do you pick apart each of the batches? Do you find differences there? And finally, down in the comments, let me know what you want to see me review next, and I'll keep it in mind for my upcoming videos. Bye, guys.